Hello, I'm Mike Gordon. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy. And last time, on my perfect playthrough, I completed Route 11, took all the trainers, and I've evolved Dratini into Dragonair. I also picked up the Silph Scope, so now we are ready to take on the Pokemon Tower. So Blue's gotten a bit of a head start on Red, but don't worry, Red will catch up. Hey Red, what brings you here? Your Pokemon don't look dead. I can at least make them think. Let's go, pal. So yeah, Blue is way ahead of Red for now because I decided to just go off to an early start. But that ain't gonna last long. Because Mankey is gonna have a way easier time with Pokemon Tower than Meowth will. To the point that eventually I decided to do something a bit drastic with the hopes of ensuring that Blue can catch up to Red. But this is one of the few episodes where Red will finish ahead, and this was in spite playing Red first. Because I sort of had a feeling that something like this would happen. What, you stinker? I took it easy on you too. How's your Pokedex coming, pal? I just caught Cubone. Can't find the grown-up Marowak yet. I doubt there are any left. Well, I better get going. I've got a lot to accomplish, pal. Smell you later! And our rival in Red will say the same thing, but I wasn't quite sure at the time which one would finish first. In hindsight, I probably should have just blitzed through the dialogue in Blue version, knowing full well Blue would have a terribly difficult time catching up. Chandler wants to fight. He's now Gastly. Now, you're not gonna see this quite yet because Red will run into a wild Gastly first. But watch. Dragonair here uses Ice Beam, doesn't even get a crit, but it does get the Frozen stat hack, so Thunderbolt. Should have manipulated a critical hit Ice Beam, but whatever. Almost invisible. This gaseous Pokemon cloaks the target and puts it to sleep without notice. So, I already read the Pokedex entry for Red, so I have no need to do the same thing on Blue. Red and Blue have the same Pokedex entries for all the Mons. But basically, Dragonair here, Red here is gonna pull ahead of Blue and is never gonna look back. But not quite yet, because Dratini will be dealing with these first couple channelers first. And Dragonair does, with some RNG manipulation, can one-shot the level 22 and barely the level 23 Gastlys. Remember, I'm trying to keep the level grinding here uniform between Red and Blue. So, Blue is basically heading into this bout with a huge handicap. So, Blue's still ahead, but not for long. Look how much damage Meowth does. That's a critical hit Bubblebeam, and I still can't even come close to one-shotting. Every Gastly that Meowth fights from here on out will be a 3-shot. Whereas Mankey here can easily one-shot with the critical hit. So, yep. Meowth is now Blue will be behind and will pretty much stay there for the rest of this playthrough. Especially since I still need to catch a Cubone and 2 Haunters. So the gimmick with these trainers is that all the channelers here are possessed by Gastly and Haunter. Ooh, I forgot to read Cubone's Pokedex entry, so whatever. I'm not gonna be able to read it again in blue because I skipped through it. Alright. I got Critical Hit Bubblebeam and Manipto Lick out of this Gastly. Another critical hit. Unfortunately, I have to take this Nightshade. And really, the only benefit Meowth gets over Mankey is that Mankey's Rock Slide takes quite a long to get through. And, oh yeah, Mankey also has to learn a move at level 27. And of course, Red ran into a wild Gastly. I was hoping for a Haunter, but whatever. Trying to manipulate either the encounters that I need or no encounters at all is a lot trickier than you would think. So, Critical Hit Ice Beam! Because it's level 22 and Dragonair can easily one-shot those. Got an Awakening. And here is our run-in with the Wild Cubone. We're gonna try and manip the capture. I think Red runs into one more. Yep, right there. One more wild battle I don't need. I'm just gonna skip through this Pokedex entries. And Blue is now slightly ahead of Red thanks to those two random encounters. But unfortunately, this is the last random encounter either game runs into until it comes time to go Haunter farming. I need to catch 2 Haunters for the Living Dex portion of our perfect playthrough. Blue is still ahead because I didn't need to swap out Dragonair quite yet. Alright, to this channeler up here. You shall join us. Yeah, all the channelers here are possessed by Gastlys, and maybe 1 or 2 are possessed by Haunter. So I gotta manip the Ice Beam. Critical Hit Ice Beam is the only way to one-shot these guys with Dragonair. Maybe a Critical Hit Thunderbolt if at level 22, but its Ice Beam is slightly stronger. So here's the Haunter, and I'm actually gonna have Dragonair fight this Haunter because I had to decide to plan out the XP growth for Mankey and Meowth here. I wasn't able to get the one-shot this Haunter. Neither in Red, you for that matter, but I digress. But Red got paralyzed. Not parahaxed, but paralyzed, and got hit by Nightshade, so Blue's decently ahead. There are like 4 more battles that Meowth and Mankey will be a part of. So I'm gonna do Critical Hit Bubblebeam here. Manip Lick, no effect because Ghost and Normal type attacks. Ghosts and Normal types are immune to each other, unless it's Nightshade. So, Blue is still slightly ahead, but not by much. And there is no... It'll be like a 4 or 5 hit with Meowth anyways, with a dozen... That will not only cost a ton of Bubble Beams, but... I realized real quickly, I could not make a work with Meowth, so I swapped him out for Wartortle. And Wartortle here is gonna completely tank the Nightshade from Haunter. In fact, every Nightshade. As I try to get a couple hits in on Haunter. And Red here now pulls ahead and never looks back. So I take a lick in a paralysis, but doesn't matter. And then I'm in a final Nightshade, so Meowth can finish the job. I did sort of hope that Wartortle got a couple critical hits, so blue version could remain neck and neck with red. But I digress. Meowth was able to deal with this channeler single-handedly, but man, Meowth needs a ton of help. Meowth, outside of Pokemon Tower, is basically superior in every way to Mankey. At least in red and blue. So, I have Dragonair battling these Gastlys because it's easy XP for Dragonair. And a lot of my decision making on what Pokemon battles with Trainer basically was to take into account any potential struggles Pokemon like Dragonair, Mankey, and Meowth would likely face. I even thought about maybe incorporating Charmeleon into the mix. And then as I hit the Purification Zone, I basically start thinking, okay, I just need one more level before Mankey and Meowth in their respective games evolve. So at this point, I decided to just remove battle animations in blue version. Because it's literally the only way that blue does not fall horribly behind red, as Mankey just one-shots everything. And Mankey hit level 28. So the last remaining channelers will be fought by Meowth, and we're already fought by Mankey. And then Dragonair will take care of the rest. And Mankey evolved into Primeape in red version. I already checked the Pokedex entries for these two Pokemon in, was it part 10? I think it's part 10. It's the SS and Lieutenant Surge episode, and I think we're on part 12. So we're battling the Ghost Marowak. Yeah, we're part 12, so I evolved the other version the traded exclusives in part 10. And now we're gonna evolve. The ghost was the restless soul of Cubone's mother. The mother's soul is calmed. It's departed to the afterlife. That's kinda sad. And now we evolved the red native Mankey into Primeape and the blue native Meowth into Persian. And I literally manip the spaces so I either do not get to a random encounter, or at best I got an encounter with Haunter, which never happened because Haunter's 5% encounter rate. So Dragonair in red is just gonna breeze through the rockets. But I'm just gonna skip through the attacks in blue while with battle animations turned off. Red, I will pay more attention to the story. So, Dragonair basically has no problems dealing with either of these mons. Alright, alright. Please, no more. So, only one more rocket for red and 2 more for blue. Alright, so let's do this. Now, after I defeat these rockets, I still need to catch 2 haunters. And though I sort of hope to run into at least one of them in either of these games, leading up to this floor, at least Haunter is at its most common, at its highest percent encounter rate on the top floor. I think it's like 10% encounter rate up here. But anyways, at least I'm speeding up blue by removing battle animations. Ready to defeat the rocket. So, yep, red is probably gonna run to his haunter first. Yep. While blue tries to wrap up his battle against the final rock. I'm gonna try a weakening Haunter in red version. Unfortunately, Haunter confuses me, so there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna lunge a Pokeball at it and hope for the best. Because of its ability to slip through block walls, it is said to be from another dimension. You mean brick walls? So blue could not run into Haunter straight away, but red also ran into a Gastly. But here blue runs into his first Haunter the same time red runs into its second. However, just to keep up on with red, I'm gonna just lunge Pokeballs at the Haunters regardless. And I'm gonna skip the dialogue boxes. And I decide to manip an encounter here. It is such a weird manip. Hey, you can't save me? Thank you, but I came here of my own free will. Came to calm the soul of Cubone's mother. I think Marowak's spirit has gone to the afterlife. Must thank you for your kind concern. Follow me to my home, Pokemon House, at the foot of this tower. Yeah, I remember stepping foot in here briefly. Red, your Pokedex quest may fail without love for your Pokemon. I think this might be of use to you. Upon here, Poke Flute sleeping Pokemon will spring awake. It works on all sleeping Pokemon. And that is what we're gonna use to wake up the sleeping Snorlax on routes 12 and 16. But first I gotta, sell the excess junk in our inventory. This awakening we don't need. The HP up we can sell. Nugget, gone. And I'm gonna swap Ivysaur to the front of our party. And that's it. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gordon, sign out.